The Bobcats garner a big win. 278 improvements surge ahead, and plans for Halloween fun are underway. All that and more is coming up right now on the Bluffton News. Thank you for joining us today for the Bluffton News. I'm Annalisa Itcore, and these are your current headlines. Bob Brown knew the Bluffton High girls tennis team had beaten Beaufort before. The Bobcats' 10th-year coach just couldn't remember when. But this was Bluffton's most important win in the county's rivalry's history, given Beaufort is now a region rival. Bluffton defeated the visiting Eagles 5-1 on Thursday for a critical victory that kept it in the thick of the SCHSL Region 8 4A championship race. At 3-1 in the region, Bluffton trails only Ashley Ridge in the standings. Beaufort, the 8-time defending region champion, fell to 2-2. The Friends of Bluffton Dog Parks is pressing forward with its fundraising efforts, having received more than $5,800 in donations since establishing a new board 2 months ago. The reorganized group entered its August meeting with just $1,700 in the bank. The group hopes to reach the $40,000 needed to build the park in a year. Their next fundraiser event will be the Bark in the Park on October 12th along Calhoun and Promenade Streets. From 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. there will be children's games, dog agility courses, vendors, pet rescue groups, and other activities. There will be entertainment as well as a silent auction to raise money for the park. Paving and shoulder grading work is scheduled all this week as part of the US 278 widening project. The two inside eastbound lanes will shift starting on the night of October 6th from the Okatee Creek Bridge to Simmonsville Road. Crews will be paving the side roads and driveways that will soon connect to US 278. The westbound lanes will be shifted to the inside lanes following the eastbound shift. The third westbound lane on the right side from Simmonsville Road will be closed and taper into two inside lanes. This is the opposite of what it was before construction, and drivers are being asked to be alert of the changes. Workers walking around the worksite and dump truck traffic. Traffic control operations will be running day and night. Beaufort County Parks and Leisure Services will host its third annual Halloween Carnival and Haunted House at Buckwalter Regional Park in Bluffton, where all ages can enjoy ghoulish games, freaky fun, and frightening food. The Haunted House will be open Thursday, October 24th through Thursday, October 31st. Doors will creak open at 7 p.m. and will remain open until the last goblin leaves. The carnival will be held on Saturday, October 26th from 11 to 4. Buckwalter Regional Parkway is located at 905 Buckwalter Parkway in Bluffton. For more information, visit bcgov.net/PALS. The Don Ryan Center for Innovation received a bright new look last week. Located in office space at CareCore National, the technology incubator sought an image of its own. With a Bluffton sunset-colored wall and new furniture, the Don Ryan Center has designed a comfortable space where its innovators can be creative. About 30 people attended the center's open house last week and delighted at the transformation of the center's interior from plain walls, cubicles, and large desks to couches, comfortable chairs, and funky patterned rug. All the furnishings came from Bluffton thrift stores to keep costs low and keep money in the community. The purpose of the renovation was to make the center more inviting and less corporate. And here's what's happening around the state. An 82-year-old woman crossing the street outside her Georgetown home has been struck and killed by an SUV. Authorities say Frances Morey was hit by a Chevrolet Suburban around 4 p.m. Saturday on U.S. Highway 701. She was pronounced dead on the scene by paramedics. Troopers are investigating the collision. No charges have been filed. South Carolina transportation officials say work should begin next month on $41 million worth of improvements to the Interstate 95 and U.S. Highway 301 interchange near Santee. The work will create a full interchange at exit 97 and extend U.S. 301 to connect with a road just outside of Santee. The exit is used by travelers heading south on I-95 to get to Orangeburg, and U.S. 301 connects to Interstate 26. Leaders want to encourage shippers and warehouses to locate in the region. Surveyors and engineering will begin in November, with the work scheduled to be finished in early 2015. For more information on these and other stories, please see the media sources you see listed on your screen. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Coming up, Aaron Latham-Lentz of Swell News Media brings us all the latest with hot off the presses, and we'll join Shelley West for the Bluffton Business Report. Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Aaron Latham-Lentz from Swell New Media is with us now. So, Aaron, we got a lot going on. Big news about building new schools in Bluffton. Tell us about that.
We do, Annalisa. A new pre-K through grade 8 elementary school that would be located on the property the district owns on Davis Road. Near the intersection of Bluffton Parkway and 170 will be built, and it's going to have a capacity for 1,400 students.
That's pretty good. Now, are there also plans for a high school, I understand?
There is a new high school on the property the district owns in the new Riverside area, would serve grades 9th through 12th and would have its own auditorium, sports teams, and extracurricular programs.
Now, the cool thing is I understand this does not mean a tax increase for anybody. They have the money in place for this already. When do they plan for this project to be completed?
Yeah, both the schools are supposed to be completed by December 15th, or December of 2015, I'm sorry.
All right, so we got new schools coming up. We also have some new affordable housing plans going into place. What's up with that?
Indeed. The Bluffton Affordable Housing Committee will make a recommendation to Town Council on Tuesday to use the $50,000 gathered so far from the Wharf Development Project to start a small home series program.
Okay, now what are the homes, who's designing the homes, and who is eligible?
Well, the program will provide a series of affordable housing designs ranging in size and style, and they will be pre-approved and construction ready. The series will be open to eligible homeowners in Bluffton, and at this time the town staff is unsure how many homes are going to be built.
Okay, so we've got new schools, new homes. Now let's talk about something old. We have some archaeological events coming up in Beaufort County that are planned for October.
Yeah, kind of fun. The Beaufort County Planning Department and County Library have actually co-sponsored Archaeology Month. October 15th, there's going to be a talk about the value of archaeology. October 19th, they will host a What the Heck Is It session. And finally, the inaugural film festival gets underway at the Coligny Theater on Hilton Head Island, October 24th through 26th.
What the heck is it? That is so my cup of tea. Now, what about locals who are interested in researching their family tree?
Well, October is also Family History Month. For those who are interested in exploring their roots, the events this month are going to be free, open to the public. The library system is going to provide access to Ancestry, Library Edition, year-round support for genealogical research.
Well, Aaron, this all sounds so cool. Thank you so much. Great information this week.
Thank you so much, Annalisa.
Shelley West takes on the topic of parking in Old Town Bluffton in this week's Bluffton Business Report.
Hi, I'm in downtown Bluffton today where community and businesses meet. We have a lot of activity down here, a lot of growth, and a little bit of concerns with parking and how we handle our businesses down here. And with me is Councilman Mike Raymond of the town of Bluffton. Mike, tell us a little bit about what's happening down here and how the town's kind of tackling this whole issue of the parking.
Sure. Shelley, I think what we really have going on is we're victims of our own success. We've had a lot of folks in just the past few years discover our historic district, and they like what they see here. They like coming down here. We have a few new businesses that have brought venues of entertainment and food, and it's creating a synergy that we've never had before. It comes with growing pains, and that's a good problem to have, though. So we're going to try to tackle it right now with a temporary plan. With parking on Calhoun, as you can see, there are lots of cars down here today, Friday afternoon, and unfortunately, since nothing is delineated, the cars will park in front of driveways, mailboxes, fire hydrants, and those kinds of things are not right for the merchants and the residents down here. So we have a temporary plan to delineate some of those parking spaces and where you can't park. And at the same time, the council has authorized staff to issue a request for proposal for a comprehensive study on this entire area, and parking will be part of that study as well.
So you just had a planning commission meeting. I understand a lot of businesses came out and expressed their concerns. Was there anything enlightening? What kind of was there any other issues they were concerned about? They probably gave you a lot of ideas.
Well, I unfortunately wasn't able to attend that commission meeting, but I did get some feedback on it, and I think that folks are concerned about losing parking down here.
Sure.
As you can see, parking is at a premium, and when we do our temporary striping plan, we are going to lose some spaces. But the spaces that we're going to lose are where people are parking illegally to begin with. So we're gonna have to keep access to those critical points open, and in the future we're gonna have to study more comprehensively, how we address this problem for real.
So we wish you the best of luck with that as well. Thank you, Mike.
Very much, Shelley.
Thank you. And this is Shelley West Hodges down at the town of Bluffton with the Greater Bluffton Chamber of Commerce and Mike Raymond, and it's back to you.
Good news, Shelley. Bluffton's Chief Joey Reynolds talks about being named to the executive board for the FBI National Academy Association, and we'll meet the new executive director of Second Helpings when we return. Welcome back to the Bluffton News. I'm so pleased to welcome Joey Reynolds. He is our Bluffton Chief of Police. And Chief Reynolds, you received a great honor a couple weeks ago having to do with the FBI National Academy Association. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure, be glad to. And you're right, it is an honor. I don't know how much your viewers know about the National Academy, but it's an executive leadership program for law enforcement officers across the world. It was kind of a brainchild of Director Hoover back in 1935, and it's been going strong ever since. Actually just celebrated in 2010 our 75th year, so it's been going on. Over 46,000 people have graduated from the FBI National Academy. Of those graduates, there's an alumni association, and they have a long list of members. We currently have about 18,000 members, and I was fortunate enough and humbled by being elected to serve on their executive board.
Now, you were named the third vice president. Can you explain what your role will be?
Yes, ma'am. I was actually elected in 2009 to start serving in 2010 as a section rep for pretty much the eastern coast of the United States, plus South America and the Caribbean. And then this past July in Orlando, I was moved up to serve as third vice president, which means I will start graduating and going through the chairs and become president of the association in 2017.
Okay, and what is that going to lead to?
Well, what it is the executive board is pretty much the leadership of the association. It makes the decisions. We do a lot of stuff as far as looking at trends and implications in law enforcement. What are cutting edge things going on that are affecting law enforcement all over the world. We do a lot of training worldwide. We're actually hosting a training coming up in Toronto, Canada, in the near future that's looking at human trafficking, which is a problem that's affecting law enforcement all over the world.
Now, when did you graduate from the FBI National Academy?
Longer ago than I like to admit. I actually went through the program in 1996.
And what kind of impact, very quickly, tell us what kind of impact has this had on your career?
Oh, it's been the highlight of my career. You get to go and interact with movers and shakers of law enforcement from all over the world. We had people in my class from St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Australia and China, and then of course all of the 50 states here in the United States. And it's just a neat environment to be able to network with that caliber of law enforcement executives.
Well, I have to tell you, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to hear that you received this honor, because with this training that you have and moving forward, it only helps make our police force better.
Thank you.
Now, a couple weeks ago, we did a headline on Peggy Warnicki, who was the director of Second Helpings, and unfortunately, she has passed on. And we have a new executive director, Maureen Korzik. So, Maureen, I imagine that you feel like you're stepping into a relatively large pair of shoes.
Absolutely. Peggy Warnicki was the force behind Second Helpings for 12 years, and she was passionate about our mission to fight hunger. And she really was a big help in growing the organization to where we are today. 6 trucks, we delivered 2.6 million pounds of food last year to 67 different community organizations in Beaufort and the surrounding areas.
Now, how long has Second Helpings been rescuing food?
It has been rescuing food for 21 years. A gentleman called Gunter Heck saw how much food was being thrown away by the supermarkets and rallied some of his friends and used his station wagon to pick the food up, and he started delivering it to BLUFFTON Self-Help. And as you can see today, it has grown into quite a large organization.
Yeah, what is the area that Second Helpings covers?
We cover Beaufort and Jasper County. We have 2 trucks on Hilton Head, 2 trucks in Bluffton, and 2 trucks in the city of Beaufort that cover hundreds of miles, picking up food at the grocery stores, Sam's Club, big box stores and restaurants, and then turning around in the same day and delivering it to people like Deep Well, Memory Matters, Boys and Girls Club, food banks, churches' food banks, things like that.
Now, how does Second Helpings track all of these food donations?
That's a good question. This year, we came up with a tablet-based data entry system similar to an iPad that our volunteers in the trucks take with them, and as they go to a grocery store, they literally log in how much produce they've taken in per pound. So maybe 50 pounds of produce, 50 pounds of meat, 100 pounds of bread. And then as they turn around and deliver the food to the charities, they also log in how much they are donating back to the community. So we can track exactly how much food we've taken in and donated, but this also allows Feed America, which is a national organization, and Low Country Food Bank, which is a area up in Charleston, to track how much we are donating as well.
All right. Now, if someone wants to help Second Helpings, how do they do that?
The best thing they can do is go onto our website, which is www.secondhelpingslc.org. And they can either click on the volunteer tab, which allows them to sign up to be a volunteer, either to drive the trucks or do other volunteer work that we may need. Or they can also click on the donate tab and make a donation via PayPal to our organization. This also allows them to look at our newsletter and keep up with what the organization is doing at the moment.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, we're delighted to have somebody like you stepping into the helm of Second Helpings and keep it driving along.
Thank you very much.
After the break, Kim Viljak with the latest entertainment report. We are back with more Bluffton news, and entertainment reporter Kim Viljak is here to talk about all kinds of fall fun. Let's start off with the Arts and Seafood Festival, one of my favorite events.
Oh, me too, me too. This is a great event. This is coming up on October the 13th through the 20th. Now, something about this event that some people don't know, everybody knows Saturday and Sundays are huge days down there, lots of arts and crafts, but really this festival runs all week long. And I want to run through some of those things for you. You can always go to their website, BlufftonArtsandSeafoodFestival.com. That's where you'll find everything, a list of all the different events as well as maps. But just the opening day alone on Sunday, that's when they have the boat parade and the blessing of the fleet. Down at Church of the Cross, and that's beautiful. If you've never been to that, bring your own chairs, sit on the bluff. It's at 4 o'clock. That's a wonderful afternoon. Followed up with the Oyster Fest over at the Oyster Factory at 5 o'clock. Now, Monday through Saturday, they're going to be doing paddle boarding, kayaking, boat tours, river excursions, every day. The schedule is different. Again, you can go to their website, find out more about that. A highlight on Monday night is the dinner and the tour of the Waddell Mariculture Center, which is neat if you've never been out there. And they're going to have all different kind of activities happening there. On Thursday, there's a wine tasting down at Corks, down at the Promenade. That's going to be a lot of fun. Friday night, this is something new. This is the paddling parade, and this happens at 2 o'clock on Friday, followed up with a family night down at the Promenade with a movie, so that will be fun. And then Saturday and Sunday, those are the 2 big days. Saturday kicks off with the race, again, mixing our exercise and fun as we do. We have the 10K road race and the 5K fun family race. Kids fishing tournament on Saturday. I could go on and on and on, but you have to go to the website. They have free shuttle, free parking down at Red Cedar, and they'll have shuttles going nonstop. So you don't have to worry about parking. No parking downtown. Park at Red Cedar, take the shuttle, no worries.
It's going to be an amazing week, but we got to save a little bit of time here to talk about the polo match coming up. We got about 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, polo match is it's coming up on Sunday, the 13th. And of course, that's at Rose Hill. This is their 20th annual. It's the Oakity Rotary for Polo for Charity. And this is a fun event. Come set up a picnic, set up a tent, bring some stuff to eat. It's a gorgeous day. Stomp the divots during halftime.
Wear a great hat. I'm going to be wearing a big hat.
Absolutely, and I've seen some of your hats. They are pretty great, Annalisa.
It's my favorite thing. Kim, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for joining us for the news program that is all Bluffton all the time. I'm Annalisa Ittkor for the Bluffton News. We'll see you next time.